What's going on, y'all? Country Gaming Network here. Sorry about that. Bringing you another episode of our Magic Mondays. Today's going to be a deck tech review. I don't know much what to say about this deck other than it's been around a long time. It's going to stay around. It's a staple of Magic, really. But it is the infamous burn deck. This is my take on a burn deck, really. It's not a lot's changed from my side versus, I mean, it's got creatures in it. Other than that, it's got creatures and burn spells, but let's go ahead and go through it here. We run a one of Wall of Fire. This is the only creature that I use to defend with. You know, I don't have anything else that's per se to show this deck as weak. But it's for 1 and 2 red. It's got Defender and it's a 0/5 wall. It's going to stop a lot of things, and you could pump it to damage other people, so it's pretty good. We run a 4 of Fire Servant for 3 and 2 red. It's an elemental, and if a red instant or sorcery spell you control would deal damage, it deals double that damage instead. So that's to creatures or players. So that's really, really good. We run a 4 of our Keldon Marauders. They got Vanishing 2, and for 1 and a red. When it comes into play, it deals 1 damage. Or when it comes into play or leaves play, it deals 1 damage to target player. And the Vanishing 2 is basically in 2 turns after this comes out, it dies. Because that's the way that is. But it's good. You know, it deals a pretty good amount of damage. And we run a 4 of Charmbreaker Devils for 5 and a red. At the beginning of your upkeep, return an instant or sorcery card at random from your graveyard to your hand. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Charmbreaker Devil gets +4/+0 till end of turn. This is the way to fetch your cards back from your graveyard. I used to have Feldon's Cane in here, which I think was a 1 mana cost artifact that you tap it and sacrifice it and or exile it, I believe, and you shuffle your graveyard back into your library. I'll put a picture somewhere in here, hopefully, of it. But if not, look it up. But this one brings it right back into your hand. So, but Feldon's Cane shuffles your whole graveyard into your library. So, this is a good way to fetch. Now, this is the reason why I put creatures in this deck to begin with. It is the hands down best burn card, best burn creature there's ever been made, in my opinion, and that's Vexing Devil. For 1 red, it's a 4/3 creature for 1 red. That should show that there should be some kind of negatives to this card somewhere. But there isn't. When Vexing Devil enters the battlefield, any opponent may have it deal 4 damage to him or her. If player does sacrifice it, where's the downside? There is none. Best case scenario, this is a 1 mana 4/3. Best case scenario, this is a 1 mana 4 damage to target player. There is no worst case scenario. It's good in both ways. So this is a must in a burn deck. If you're only going to run 4 creatures, run 4 Vexing Devils. That's the only thing I can tell you to do, is run 4 of them. Amazing card. Now we're on to, that's all our creatures, by the way. Now we're on to our enchantments. We run 2 of Curse of Bloodletting for 3 and 2 red. Enchant player. If a source would deal damage to an enchanted player, it deals double damage instead. You see where we're going with this. We're trying to do double damage on top of damage. We run a 1 of Repercussions. 1 and 2 red. Whenever a creature is dealt damage, Repercussion deals that much damage to a creature's controller. Really good. Downside is this can target you as well. So if you run this, I would suggest running very little creatures or no creatures at all. But I do it anyways because this is kitchen top Magic. Who cares? here to have fun, not here to win the games all the time. This card I want to take out, and I'm probably going to. For 3 and a red, it's an enchantment. Whenever a red spell deals damage, it deals that much damage plus 1. So really, you're just, any spell that you cast, add 1 to it, basically. So it's not that great, but it's alright. Alright, we run 1, and our final enchantment is a Sulfuric Vortex for 1 and 2 red at the beginning of each player's upkeep. It deals 2 damage to that player. If that player would gain life, there's no gain life instead, so yeah, it's alright. Deals damage to you too, but you're doing the burn, so that's it for our enchantments. Now we're on to our sorceries and instances. We run a 3 of a Volcanic Hammer for 1 and a red. Deals 3 damage to target creature or player. Not bad, not bad. We run a 2 of a Browbeat for 2 and a red. There's no downside to this card either. I don't understand. What's the downside to this card? And it's an uncommon. There is none. For 2 and a red, unless a player has Browbeat deal 5 damage to him or her, target player draws 3 cards. So you could just choose yourself to draw 3 cards, and you say, hey, anybody want to take 5 damage, or I draw 3 cards? And if they take 5 damage, you just paid 3 mana to do 5 damage to them, or you get to draw 3 cards and refill your hand, because you will run out of gas quick with this deck. So that's amazing. You could run 4 of these if you want to. I only run 2. We run 1 Traitorous Blood for 1 and 2 red. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap it, and it gains haste and trample. I used to run Grab the Reins in here, but yeah, this is way better. So I mean, it's basically another way you can take someone's creature and then deal damage to them. We run a 1 of Searing Rays. You're only going to use this if you really want to deal damage. Sorry, I'm trying to get this into focus here, and it doesn't want to seem to focus for me for some retarded reason. There we go. 2 and a red. Choose a color. Searing Ray deals damage to each player equal to the number of creatures of that color that player controls. So you're basically going to take damage. Everyone's going to take damage on that, but you should have more life. We run a 1 of Lightning Blast, 3 and a red. Deal 4 damage to our creature or player. This could probably be taken out of the deck, but it may come in handy. We run a 1 of a Brimstone Volley for 2 and a red. It deals 3 damage to target creature or player. Morbid, which means if a creature died this turn, it deals 5 damage to target creature or player. So that's not bad. Just 1. This is a pretty good card that I just now added into this deck. Searing Blood for 2 red. Searing Blood deals 2 damage to target creature. When that creature dies this turn, Searing Blood deals 3 damage to target creature or player. Or to its controller, sorry. So, you know, you attack with one of your creatures. They block. If it's got 2 life left, just throw this down, kill it, boom. It deals 2 damage to them. 2 damage to the creature, it dies, and then 3 damage to them. Or if it's just a 2/2 creature, boom. You just paid 2 mana to kill the creature and deal 3 damage to them. We run a 3 of Lightning Strike. Basically same thing as Volcanic Hammer. For 1 and a red, deal 3 damage to target creature or player. We run a 2 of the classic Shock. 1 mana, 2 damage to target creature or player. Just 2 of those. And here is the staple card. Everyone in the world that plays Magic should know this card, and it has to be in the burn deck. It is the most broken burn card spell ever. Lightning Bolt. For 1 red, Lightning Bolt deals 3 damage to target creature or player, but this is just 1 target. And I'm running a busted up version. This is how long I've been playing to show you that this thing is busted up to hell and back. I really need to put sleeves on this because I kind of know what this card is. But it's playable anyways. But yeah, we run 3 of those, or 4 of those. 2 Pulse of the Forge. The last game I played with this deck, this let me kill somebody. I was at like 2 life, and the player that I was playing against, it was a 3-way match, free-for-all, and the player I was playing against, what was it, I think he was at like 30-something life, and I was at 2. And I had one of the Curse of the Bloodletting. That I had a Curse of the Bloodletting plus that red elemental creature that doubles damage as well. And I played this, and it automatically it doubled to 8, and it hit him. Then it doubled to 8 again off of the other instant, and it hit him, dealing 16 damage. And he still had more life than me, so I brought it back to me. And then I played it right instantly again, and it dealt another 16 damage to him, and I beat him. But then I immediately got killed the next turn. But this is how powerful this card is. For 1 and 2 red, Pulse of the Forge deals 4 damage to target player. If that player has more life than you, return this to your hand. So, it's amazing. And this is another addition I just added into this deck because why not? It's basically a shock for 2 plus scry 2. 1 in a red, Magma Jet deals 2 damage to target creature or player, and then you get to scry 2. So you obviously need to have that in this deck. Then we run a 3 of Incinerate for 1 in a red, deal 3 damage to target creature player, and it can't be regenerated. Not bad. It's a new addition here. Skullcrack, 1 in a red. Players can't gain life this turn. Damage can't be prevented this turn, and it deals 3 damage to target player. So, this is a good card to stop people from gaining life, playing life gain decks and stuff. And that's it for the deck, guys, besides our lands. We run a 4 of Valakut, the Molten Pinnacle. Basically, what this is, it enters battlefield tap, and when a mountain enters the battlefield under your control, if you control at least 5 other mountains, you may have Valakut deal 3 damage to target creature or player. So, and then we run 20 mountains. And that's it, guys, for the burn deck. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this deck. This is Country Gaming Network signing off. See y'all later.